your ass, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Quote unquote. Dillon Danis has also scammed his audience on several occasions.
You really think you're gonna beat me?
Bro, I'm gonna
You're
life up.
Look at the skinny legs you got. You should put some more steroids in your ass, bro.
What's up, bro?
No, what are you gonna do? Yo, you're tough.
You
Hey,
up,
guys.
Dylan.
Did the boxing match between Logan Paul and Dillon Danis live up to the hype? Or was it just another circus show? Welcome back to Let's Talk Celeb. Let's dig into it. The highly anticipated boxing match between YouTube star Logan Paul and Brazilian jiu-jitsu ace Dillon Danis ended in chaos and controversy on Saturday night in Manchester, England. The co-main event of the social media boxing spectacle titled The Prime Card was supposed to settle the bitter rivalry between the two personalities, but instead descended into farce when Danis was disqualified in the sixth and final round for attempting an illegal chokehold on Paul after the bell had sounded. What followed was a frenzied brawl involving dozens of security personnel and members of both fighters' entourages, marring what had been building as an interesting battle up until that point. Logan Paul, with his significant height and reach advantage, controlled much of the fight using his jab and combinations to keep Danis at bay. The MMA fighter struggled to get inside and land meaningful punches, resorting to taunting and unorthodox tactics to try to throw Paul off his game. As the fight wore on, Danis became visibly frustrated at his inability to mount any significant offense. The build-up to the fight had featured insults, trash-talking, and even a bottle-throwing incident at a press conference, so there was genuine bad blood between the two. Danis had relentlessly trolled Paul's fiancée Nina Agdal on social media, and his lack of success in the ring appeared to be getting under his skin. In the sixth and final round, with Danis needing a knockout to win, he attempted a desperation guillotine choke on Paul as the final bell sounded. This illegal move sparked Paul to start raining down hammer fists on the prone Danis, who refused to release the hold. At this point, a single security guard entered the ring, followed swiftly by what seemed like the entire security contingency, as all hell broke loose. Punches started flying, Danis was riled up, and even Jake Paul joined the melee as Logan stood on the ropes celebrating his tainted victory. It was an absurd ending to a fight billed as a true grudge match months in the making. The official result was a disqualification win for Logan Paul, who moves to 2-0 as a pro boxer. But the real losers were the fans who paid to watch two personalities settle their beef in the ring, only to be shortchanged by farcical scenes better suited to a WWE event. Logan Paul wasted no time gloating in his post-fight interview, calling Danis a dirty, dirty human being and true coward. He credited his camp for preparing him to deal with such a troublesome opponent. For his part, Danis claimed he was just doing his job trying to hype the fight, but his tactics, both before and during the match, left a sour taste. The chaotic ending overshadowed what had been building as an engaging contest, with the brash, cocky Danis struggling to back up his big talk against the younger, bigger man. Paul was able to control most of the fight with his long jab and combinations, while Danis headhunted for the knockout blow that never came. Some of the immediate reaction from fans and analysts on social media: outburst. The only lawsuit that should be happening is fans suing Logan Paul and Dillon Danis for that terrible fight. What an absolute joke of an ending to what was a nothing fight. Both guys should be embarrassed. Danis was just desperate and out of his depth. Paul was winning easily. That fight was straight out of the WWE, a disgrace. Danis should be banned from boxing after that farce. Two clowns in a circus tent. I want my money back. Logan Paul defeats Dillon Danis by DQ in possibly the worst boxing match of all time. Danis looked like an amateur getting schooled. The choke was just frustration and desperation. The chaotic ending was in keeping with the utter farce the whole event descended into. What was billed as a grudge match months in the making between two legit fighters turned into little more than a publicity stunt. Danis appeared more interested in playing to the crowd than actually trying to win. His antics and showboating failed to cover for his lack of boxing skills against the bigger, stronger Paul. Resorting to insults, race baiting, and even bringing Paul's family into things showed Danis was clutching at straws in the build-up. He just couldn't match the YouTuber when it came to boxing ability. Dillon Danis came into the fight touting his world-class Brazilian jiu-jitsu credentials, which include training under the legendary Marcelo Garcia. But despite his grappling prowess, Danis's lack of pure boxing experience was clearly exposed against Logan Paul's rudimentary yet solid stand-up skills. Danis's footwork looked clumsy and unrefined compared to Paul, who used his long reach effectively to control the distance and consistently scored with stiff jabs and straight rights. Unable to close the gap, Danis grew increasingly frustrated as he ate shots while swinging wildly and failing to land anything meaningful in return. For all his comments that he would knock Paul out with ease, Danis discovered the harsh reality that boxing involves much more than just throwing hands. There are nuances to the sport that take years to develop. Footwork, head movement, punch technique, and angles. Danis's world-class BJJ wasn't enough to overcome his glaring holes as a striker. For all his trolling and trash talk, Danis simply didn't have the power or precision to trouble his rival. His desperation guillotine choke was the act of a beaten man. Paul, on the other hand, remained composed under fire and utilized his physical advantages well. He should have claimed a wide points victory if not for the foolish actions of his opponent. This fight did little to enhance the reputation of either man. Danis acted the villain, but couldn't back it up. Paul took the tainted win, but not many would call it an impressive performance against an opponent making his boxing debut. At the end of the day, the paying customers were left shortchanged after a long, tedious build-up. More entertainment was provided in the after-fight melee than the 6 rounds of so-called boxing preceding it. The problem with much-hyped grudge matches is they rarely live up to expectations. All the theatrics and pre-fight nonsense sets an impossibly high bar for the actual contest. There is pressure to entertain rather than simply fight. When personalities clash outside the ring, often the chemistry fails to ignite inside it. Perhaps this farce of a fight will make both men reconsider their pugilistic ambitions. Danis is no boxer, and Paul still has much to prove against credible opponents. One thing is certain, fans will think twice before paying good money to watch these two share a ring again. Who was really to blame for the chaotic ending? Danis, Paul, or the promoters who allowed the spectacle to go too far? Will fans think twice about paying to watch these two personalities fight again after being shortchanged this time around? Let me know in the comments section. And if you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to LesTalkCelebs for more crazy videos about celebrities. I will post new videos, just like this one, analyzing the latest celebrity news, gossip, and beefs. Thanks for watching.